in the priesthood, what made you go from where you were to the ministry of exorcism? How did you make that jump?
Well, as a lay missionary, I was also in Bangalore those days. There was a ministry called as the Power Ministry. It was held by a lay person, this ministry, and there was a priest, a very holy, redemptress priest called Father Clary is no more, Irish priest. And they used to pray for people, for deliverance for people, every week. So I used to, as a lay person, because this person was associated with our community as well. So we used to go to this prayer meetings, and pray with people. And I was there. So after that, I moved to Rome for my studies. I came back. When I came back in 2014, this community was conducting the School of Deliverance, and since I was part of the community, they asked me to be the chaplain of that school, and that's how my official journey, I think, began into. So I helped out at that first School of Deliverance, and from there I moved to New Zealand.
Okay.
That New Zealand, my job was forming lay missionaries, but at the same time, there were people who were coming for prayer. So I had asked a verbal permission from the Archbishop of Wellington, Cardinal John Duke, who gave me a verbal permission to perform exorcism or deliverance if it comes. And I had a lay person, 2 lay people who were elderly Christians, very strong men of God who were in this ministry. And so I started to, when they had cases, they would bring them to where I was staying, and we used to pray with people. But after my time in New Zealand, I moved to Malta. But Malta, I didn't do anything, because I was involved in the formation of priestly candidates. So my more focus and energy was on that. So during that time, I used to work a lot with young people. But then when I came back to India last year, a year and a half ago, now I again started associating with this community, whose main charism is healing and deliverance. And then they were asking me, why don't you consider taking up this task? There's so much of need, and we need people with experience to do. And God in His kindness had put across my path great men of God like Father Rufus Pereira, or it was
you worked with Father Rufus also?
I mean, one of the programs that we conducted, like the first program, we called it as the Set Free program.
Okay.
So we did a program together that was much before I went to Rome. And then I had the opportunity to work with Father John Ray in New Zealand. He was again a strong man of God. He was very gentle. He used to pray with people for deliverance and healing. We also had the opportunity to work with Father Elia Vella, who was the official exorcist of the Archdiocese of Malta, who's no more.
Okay.
So God brought across my path these men of God, and I learned a bit from them. I observed them. I came to the reality that yes, evil does exist, and people can get possessed, or people can be under the influence of the devil. So when this community, Light of Christ community, which is now part of ICP, asked me, why don't you consider? So when I went and spoke to the Archbishop of Bangalore, he asked for my credentials. When I presented my credentials, and then he officially appointed me as the exorcist for the Archdiocese of Bangalore. Wow. So that's how I came. I didn't go in search of it, but
it found you.
It found.